Speaker Mike Johnson was on Jake Tapper's show today, and he talked about how Medicaid and Medicare is not going to get cut. I want to break down something for you, so give me a second.
And we are not cutting Medicaid in this package. There's a lot of misinformation out there about this, Jake.
The president has said it. The speaker has said it. Maga has said it. A lot of people have said on the Republican side, on the Maga side, they are not cutting Medicaid. What they are doing is taking the people that are on Medicaid that are not supposed to be there off. And they call those people fraud, waste, and abuse.
The numbers of Americans who are affected are those that are entwined in our work to eliminate fraud, waste, and abuse. So you're talking about 4.8 million able-bodied workers, young men, for example, who are on Medicaid and not working. They are choosing not to work when they can. That is called fraud. They are cheating the system.
Now, this is a side note. If that's fraud, every male that's on it should be arrested for fraud. But they're not going to arrest those people for fraud. They're just gutting Medicaid and calling it fraud. But let's get to the real reason why we're here. Jake Tapper lets him know how many people in his state are on Medicaid and how many may be cut and whether or not that's fraud. Listen to his answer.
So 1.4 million people in your home state of Louisiana are on Medicaid. More than 800,000 receive SNAP benefits, also known as food stamps. Is it your contention that if any of those Louisianans lose their benefits, it's because they shouldn't have been receiving them because they were committing waste, fraud, or abuse?
Yeah, look, my district, as every district in America, has people who are on the program who shouldn't.
So everybody that's going to lose in his district and in his state, if you lose your Medicaid, you were not supposed to have it anyway. You were also committing waste, fraud, and abuse, and you should be prosecuted and have to recoup or repay that money. That's from not only the Speaker of the House, but a representative from the state of Louisiana. This is how MAGA feels about those people who have filled out the application and have signed affidavits. If you don't read the fine print, that's what you're signing, an affidavit. Who have signed saying that what they put on that application to receive those benefits are true to the best of their knowledge, and if not, they could and should and will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. That's what Speaker Mike Johnson just told you. When you start to lose your benefits, you have committed waste, fraud, and abuse, and you should go to jail. I have been saying this for the past couple of years. Words matter, and they have taken the words waste, fraud, and abuse and applied them to every dime that they're going to take from the American people. Now, I'm in agreement. We need to shrink the size of government to an extent. We should not have a $1 trillion military. We should not have the Department of Homeland Security. It can be rolled into another department. There are a lot of departments that we should not have. We don't need so many military bases inside the United States. Why the hell do we have military bases all over the country? We should not have them. But senators and congressmen don't want to lose jobs in their states, so they keep underperforming bases in their state and in their districts. We should not have them. They should be shut down, not combined. They should be shut down. To reduce the size of government, I agree. When you start giving tax breaks up to $2 trillion to the richest among us, and you want to increase the federal debt by $4 trillion to give those rich people those tax benefits, we got a problem. Because you're stealing from the American people. And again, you should be able to go through line by line, item by item, person by person, look at their finances and say, hey, based on your finances, to include inflation, you do not belong on Medicaid or Medicare or whatever. At the same time, you should be doing this. We're going to increase the federal minimum wage to a livable wage standard. You can make it 10, 15, 20, whatever it is. Then you go and get with people like Walmart and Target and other big retailers and say, hey, we know that the federal income is $10, $15. Why don't you try to increase their livable wage so they don't use Medicaid and Medicare? Walmart is the biggest resource when it comes to people that's on Medicaid, Medicare, and SNAP benefits, because they know they can pay their workers crap, and because they don't meet the threshold, those people can then go get food stamp and SNAP and Medicaid and Medicare and supplement the income that Walmart is paying its people. That's how Walmart keeps its billions. But no, you want to give the richest among us more money and tell us you're doing it to benefit us. Again, if your benefits start to get cut, you have committed waste, fraud, and abuse per MAGA. What do you think?